Alright, so cottontail rabbit, Nate is going to demonstrate the gutless method.
It kind of came out of the fact that, like, I don't know, if anybody's killed a rabbit and butchered a rabbit, there's a smell that is associated with it. And so, I don't like that smell, but that's not really the real reason. Main reason is I don't want to deal with all the guts and maybe even like potential contamination of the meat. So I'm figuring out a way that I can basically do a gutless method, more or less based upon some of the deer gutless methods that I've seen.
So it looks like you cut off all the legs with just poultry shears.
So yeah, you do that, you lop them off with a knuckle. I cut through the back part of the pelt, which actually it's a really pretty pelt, so if you want to keep it, this might not be the best way to skin your rabbit.
You can see where he got hit.
That's right. Right in the back, right in the spine. So I'm just gonna bring it down over all the legs.
Just like taking off a sweater, huh?
That's right. A fur jacket. I try to leave like the fur and the stuff on the front side just because I try to keep it as intact as possible. Remember to always keep your knife going from inside of the carcass to the outside, cutting through fur, cutting through hair. Gosh, especially on a hog, Plenty and I did that one time. Will dull your knife like anything if you do that. It's just not good.
And honestly, you probably don't even really need a knife on a rabbit if you're just pulling it from the inside. I mean, kind of like what you're doing right now.
Yeah, that's very true. Very few times that I've needed to...
So you do get some of the hair on the meat, it looks like.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you peel it away like that, it's minimal.
Right.
But you're going to rinse it anyway.
Get that leg out of that fur. So from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna finish this off, and we'll come back at a point where I'm about to just more or less take the meat off the bone. So now we're at a point, I've pretty much gotten all the fur that I can off the haunches, if you will, the four legs, and I'm just going to take it off now. So what do? You wiggle the leg around a little bit, and basically you just cut around where you see the leg move. Try to make sure you don't get the hair in, like I just said earlier. One. Obviously be careful of your fingers, make sure they aren't in the way of anything.
And you'll notice there's no joint really, it's just the shoulder up against kind of the side of the rib cage.
Absolutely. So I do keep the back legs on while I'm doing the back straps. That's the fifth and sixth piece of meat that you're getting. You're getting 2 front, 2 back, and 2 back straps, depending on where you hit it. This one might not look all that great. But yeah, I keep it on there to kind of stabilize the back of it. Just run your knife down the spine. You'll feel ripple, ripple, ripple. And at this point, anybody who's filleted a backstrap might know this. If you haven't, hopefully this analogy works. It's like filleting a fish. you're basically pulling meat off of a bone. So you make 2 slats, 1 for each side. Keep it going. And I just really reach my finger under there, sometimes spin it around. Get the tip of it. So as I'm cutting, I'm pulling it away from the rib cage. You see that right there? Where it meets the back leg, I kind of cut that off. And there you go, 1 back strap. And make sure you're on the right side of the spine there. Sometimes it's a little tricky because I think there's like a center, like there's like a gap between 2 different sides of the spine, so just be wary.
Yeah, that side might be kind of shot up.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And this guy's pretty,
So just blood,
pretty bloody.
Guts. It's just blood. You can
Just
wash
blood.
it off.
Yep. So it's not the cleanest back strap, but it's there. So now's the last part. You're doing the same thing. You're cutting around the back haunch. There is a ball and socket back here that you're trying to find. Wiggle your knife through too. And you just try to pop it out of that socket. So I just popped it out. Now I'm just making sure all the meat gets away from it. Getting the ligaments.
Yes, not only do you not have to worry about guts, you don't have to worry about bladder or reproductive organs or anything like that either.
So there it is. Flip it over. The same thing to this side. In a sense, you're continuing the back strap cut. You're continuing that line. You just got to be careful what you're doing. Make sure you aren't getting into anything you don't want to. There you go. Done. Go take care of this guy. So, let me actually set that on my knife. So it's in one kind of ugly piece, but as you can see, we got all the important meat off of it. I wouldn't do it unless it's a pretty small rabbit, just because the tenderloins you're leaving in there, most of the time they aren't worth it. They're a really, really thin piece of meat. So that's it.